Welcome back to the channel. So, did you do it? Did you save? Did you put £1 a week or £2 a week on one of the savings ideas I gave you earlier the year? I did Tesco's. Unfortunately this year there was a bit of a hoo-ha and they stopped the stamps back in October, but luckily I did manage to get the £30. Right, that's only half the job. If you just go to the shop and you go around, the inevitable will happen. It happened to me many years ago. Me and the old man went shopping. We went round and he was like, oh, you've got to have this for Christmas. You've got to have that for Christmas. And we spent the money and a little bit more. We came home. I was putting everything away and I could have sat and cried because letting him pick up everything he wanted, we ended up with Christmas stuff but no meals. So make a list, think about the meals and think about the days. Do you do anything on Christmas Eve? Who have you got coming Christmas Day? Have they got any allergies? What you doing Christmas tea time? What you're going to do on Boxing Day? So think of them and work a menu round them. And then whichever supermarket you've done it for, go on their website, take a pen and paper and think, right, I need a chicken. Type in whole chicken and it'll bring you them up. And if you think, oh, that's a bit expensive, you can check the prices online yourself, simple, with Tesco's, Asda, Morrison's, Sainsbury's, Waitrose, not as if we've got one anywhere near us, but you could if you have one near you. Iceland and Aldi. You cannot do Lidl and you can't really do the Co-op. But if you find something you think, oh, that's a bit expensive, have a look elsewhere, which is what I've done. So I've done my list and I've worked down how much I've spent. I've checked the calculator. So I'm about a little bit over, but I am buying milk and ordinary stuff. But what I have done is what I was saying about prices. My Christmas pudding, back to allergies. This year, my son-in-law informed me that he's now a celiac. So my daughter surprised me with that. So I don't have to buy celiac gravy. I looked at getting Lidl's pigs in blankets at $1.99 because, was it theirs? No, Aldi's. They were $1.99, but they were gluten-free, but they got a really bad rating. So what I did do is I went to Lidl and got these ones because they had a really good rating. They were $1.99 because for Tesco's, we're going to cost me £3. So it's worth looking. The same with the peas. I was going to pay $1.60 for petit pois because it's Christmas. Everyone likes peas. But they were only £1. And they were from, I think were Aldi or Lidl, either way. So I got them. And I did go to Aldi for this because where the Tesco's one was £3 for the same price, this one was only $1.89, but this one is good for vegan. So where I was going to have to buy a £4 pudding for the two of them, I'm only having to buy a £2 pudding for one of them, because I can get a gluten-free because this is vegan, but the Tesco's isn't. If you're looking for one that will do gluten-free and vegan and everybody else, there's a free from one at Asda, which isn't a bad price. I think it's about $2.89 for the same size. But either way, if you think something's a bit pricey, check around, because you can always use your normal grocery money to go get them bits and pick some of your ordinary groceries up with your special bit. I normally just use basic gravy, but as I say, I've got that, and that's a must. The vegan can't have the Yorkshire puddings, the pigs in blankets. She can have the stuffing, and I will get a main. And she can have the Christmas pudding, and I will get a custard. The gluten-free can't have the Yorkshires. Can't have the pigs in blankets because I've ended up going for a nicer one for the same price. Can have the gravy. Can have a Christmas pudding. So it's sometimes the bit. But if you're not looking at a child, you're looking at you speak to them in advance. They might say, "Oh, leave it with me. I'll bring my own pigs in blankets, or I'll bring my own Yorkshires," because if they have to buy gluten-free Yorkshires, it's a big pack, and a big pack for you to just use one. That people are usually understandable if they're reasonable. So I'm off to Tesco's. I'm going to go get all my bits and pieces, and I will show you what I have got when I get back. Bye for now. So welcome back. I've just got back from the shops, as you can see. And what I was saying to you was about planning meals. So that is exactly what I do. So at the back, I've got some pizzas and a bottle of pop, some very chocolatey sort of Christmas hearts as a pudding. And as I told you, I have a gluten-free person now who is a celiac. So the pizza really was expensive, but it's luckily is vegan and gluten-free. So what I'll do is I'll make it and add veggies on one half, meat on the other, because it's just a cheese one. But it does cost me more for that one pizza than the two others. But that's Christmas Eve. And unfortunately, the gluten-free can't have that. So I did get these little snowman ice creams, thinking that'll do the gluten-free on Christmas Eve. And on Christmas Day, if the toddler doesn't want Christmas pudding, or the big toddler doesn't want Christmas pudding, I can give them one of them. So that's Christmas Eve thought about. Christmas morning, it might be a bit plain and boring, but my favourite breakfast is a bacon sandwich. So we've got 6 nice soft white buns. So we'll have 3 for breakfast and the other 3 will be at tea time with leftovers with the meat. So we'll have a bacon bun for breakfast and fresh orange on Christmas morning. Then this is the main event. The chicken is a good price and it is on offer at Tesco's right up until Christmas at £4 for a large. I managed to get a small gammon because the 2 toddlers do love gammon. So I'm going to do that. But I'm going to nip a bit of the cork and put it in the slow cooker. So it'll give it a bit of flavour. I got just the basic granules. I showed you, my daughter had given me them. If I'd have had to buy some, I noticed there were about £1.40 in Tesco for a gluten-free. Cheap box of stuffing. I went for the bigger pack of potatoes, where last year I just went for the small 4, which is enough. But I've gone for the big pack because there's other meals over Christmas and everything I only ended up, because I told you I bought a few bits from Aldi and Lidl prior, even that and the little bits more I spent with basic groceries, I only paid out less than £10 in cash because the £50 voucher paid for everything else. I bought 2 loose carrots because carrots, there's a few like them, more don't. Sprouts, you have to buy them that way usually. The parsnips were on offer. There was with your card, so I only ended up paying 57 pence for them. I've just gone for the basic Yorkshires because mainly the toddler likes them. Daughter can't eat them, son-in-law can't eat them, husband can. I'm not that bothered. I might have 1 or 2, and son, well, it's one of his favourites. Same with the roast potatoes, give him a pellet of roast potatoes. I've had to buy a vegan custard and a big custard, and that was my vegan pudding. If I'd have really been needing to save a little bit extra, I could have got one at Sainsbury's with the Nectar Points at £1.50, but that was £2. So be warned, gluten-free is going to cost you, but certain bits are worth getting. That I've already told you, that was from Aldi and once £1.89. Tesco's, again, it's got gravy, it's a seasonal roast, it's for the vegan. And it was only £2.50, so not too bad, and there's 2 in there. I think I did show you that. I was going to get Tesco's own, but that actually worked out 20p cheaper. So I got that and Bucks Fizz at £2.50, and it'll do. There's a nice drink on the table. Peas, and they were from Aldi. Were they 99p or £1? 99p. But if I'd have got the ones at Tesco's, they were 160. The pigs in blankets were from Lidl, and they were 1.99. So that's the Christmas dinner, right? So you've got your pudding, you've got your main, you've got your drinks. So at tea time, there's only usually the 3 of us. So I've got mince pie if anyone would like one. It should have been Christmas cake, but Tesco's did not have the round Christmas cake, and their bar cakes were about £3.25 when you can get one from Lidl and Aldi at £2.50 with icing. So I left the cake and got mince pies instead. So there's enough for one each on Christmas Day at tea time with our bread bun. And then there's one left for Boxing Day with some cheese and crackers. I could have got a couple of truckles. They would have worked out cheaper, and I could have got a couple of nice flavours. But I spoke to husband and he said, just get ordinary cheese. He said, not just that, you can use it in the ordinary groceries. And then I have over here got some ordinary groceries. Got some chicken drumsticks, some bacon bits, some cottage cheese, some eggs, some ham, some bread, and 2 lots of milk. So that would have been definitely more than a tenner. So look at it that way, but do your best and plan your shop, plan the meals, and it will make it a bit easier. Right, so the next picture you'll see will be it all dressed and everyone ready to eat. So, bye. So, welcome back. You saw the meal. It went well. We enjoyed it. There was a few... I'll work through the bits. Yeah, I'll explain. But the whole meal for the 6 of us, not including the ice creams, came in at £30. If you had the ice creams that the boys had on the day...
What ice creams?
You took a picture.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ice lolly things.
Which I did say I thought the toddler and the big toddler would want.
Arthur and Jack had, because they don't like pudding.
They both had custard, but it was a case of when there was the option of a Christmas ice cream, and little man loves his ice cream.
Yeah, and this video wasn't about doing a budget Christmas like last year. It was about saving through the year on a savings card, and then putting that towards a Christmas dinner.
Yes.
Not just a Christmas dinner, but putting that towards your Christmas shop, yeah, for over the Christmas holidays. It's extra money.
But I reckon with everything, it came in at 30 without the ice cream, 31 with, and there's still half the box of ice cream.
So this year's budget Christmas dinner.
Yeah, but it was vegan and gluten-free. Came in at
£30.
Yeah.
Cool. The only one thing I didn't like...
No, that really did go about wrong.
...was those pigs in blankets that you bought.
Yeah, I did.
I cautioned you about getting pre-made pigs in blankets because they always taste horrible.
Well, as I say, I did do a bit of research and they came up very high. Oh, because I was.
Where did you get them?
I got them from Lidl. I was going to get.
Now, this is surprising me because usually Lidl meat is usually very good. It's nice meat, good quality meat.
If I'd have said to you Iceland, you'd have gone, no wonder.
Yeah. What I find with pre-made pigs in blankets, and I've always found this, it doesn't matter where we get them from, I think they've got a frightful aftertaste. There's something wrong with the bacon and or the sausage. But that's because they're made to a price. You're much better off, as you proved last year, buy some nice chipolata sausages, get some nice bacon. Best you can afford, but at least you know what you're getting, something you've had before, and make your own. Wrap those sausages up in bacon.
Last year were far nicer. So I would give...
Let me put it this way. If you were to put them back on the table,
you wouldn't touch
I
them.
wouldn't touch them.
No. I'd avoid them myself.
Come on, Lidl, pull your bloody finger out. They were shocking.
Well, and they came higher in the taste rating against the ones I was going to get.
I'm very picky about pigs in blankets.
Aldi. But either way, I'll be doing a breakdown for price-wise from last year's budget one. I've done a full breakdown in the next video to come, we'll say about that. So the Yorkshires, I would say the Sainsbury's ones from last year were better. The Yorkshires were a little bit...
flat.
I did have to dig through for the biggest ones. They weren't as nice as the Sainsbury's ones we got the year before. Yeah,
because if you think, there's two ways of looking at this video. It was about saving through the year on one of the savings cards, because you made a video about what the savings options that you could use for Christmas this year.
Yeah.
And you picked Tesco's.
Yes.
And the idea was you could use that for your Christmas dinner. But then you thought about it, well, no, you'd add it towards your budget for Christmas.
Yeah, and think about sort of Boxing Day, Christmas Day.
Yeah, because if you just look at it as a pool of money in the store that you saved, that's limiting it. If you look at it additional money to your budget for Christmas, right?
But either way, the chicken was a hit. That went down. I'd picked up the very smart chicken.
Did I get any chicken?
Yes, I carved it and put it on your plate, love.
I don't remember taking it.
There was enough...
I did have chicken, you're right. I eventually dug down to it. There was all these vegetables on top of it.
Yeah, because I put it on your plate early. The gammon I'd got was the smallest one I could find in Tesco's that looked nice, and at $3.50, and that went.
Hang on. You put in front of our son the two things he loves most in the world, roast potatoes and gammon. Those were on the table in front of him. Yes, it went. I'm surprised he wasn't just eating off those plates. Don't ever put those in front. Put the peas and the sprouts and everything in front of him in future, because then he'll have to go looking for everything else, because he's not going to touch them.
But he did wait till everybody had helped themselves and went, right, that's mine.
Just about.
Yeah, there was enough leftovers to do bubble and squeak the day after.
Yeah, but there was no gammon left over or roast potatoes because they were sat in front of a gutsy little pig there.
Yes. And there was enough chicken left on top, even though there was some in the bubble and squeak, to make a curry. So there was plenty of chicken. That chicken for £4 was a good chicken.
Look, overall, meal was grand.
Yeah.
Nice dry run for Christmas Day.
Yes,
You'll have to surpass yourself. It'll have to be better now for the actual Christmas Day.
Well, I'm actually going to pick up the sausages I got last year from Aldi. And Aldi are one of the only places that now do a cheap pack of streaky bacon. So I will pick up that, and before, I might even freeze them already wrapped, but cook you one up so you can test it and make sure it's good enough for Christmas Day.
That sounds like a plan. Cook me a Christmas dinner to test if it's going to be good enough for Christmas Day. You did say the full Christmas dinner, didn't you?
No, just one pig in blanket.
Well, if you think about it, that one we've just had was a test for Christmas Day, and we've discovered that the pigs in blankets from Lidl...
Yes, there were the frozen ones from Lidl. No.
Aren't worth the money you paid for them.
No. So I dread to think if they came
either
high
that
on a
or
test.
I've just got super high standards for pigs in blankets.
I thought they had a funny aftertaste.
It's like meat from Iceland usually has a strange aftertaste.
You don't like that?
I don't like meat from Iceland.
But no. So all in all, 6 people, gluten-free and vegan. The daughter did enjoy the nut roast, and she ate both the portions. I don't think 30 quid's a bad thing. With drinks and a pudding. So, right. So that's our Christmas one. Watch out for the next one, which will be a breakdown of the cheapest way to do Christmas, which I did last year, but with this year's prices, and I'll give you the best shops to go for each of their items. So, bye for now.
I'm not going to be involved in that, am I?
Yes, you are.
Oh, no, because I find them tedious, all these money-saving videos. I'm not saying you're tedious. It's just that money-saving, it's like you watch that Martin Lewis fella. And I'm sure he's doing a grand job at saving people loads of money. It's just that, you know me and money. I don't get on with it.
It's a good job I am. So, bye for now. Are you even going to say goodbye?
No.
Not even your usual ta-ra?
I'm not playing, I'm sulking. What were we saying anyway? Was this meal a success or not?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm blanking out. I must be pining for a Kit Kat. On that note, the meal for £30 was a success apart from the pigs in blankets. I really need a Kit Kat now, so I'm going to say ta-ra. Ta-ra for now.
Bye.
There you go. I was a success again. You were shocking. I was brilliant.
You've got to go and edit this now.
No, it's your turn.
I don't know how to, I'm not technical savvy. You can do the tech stuff, I'll do the money stuff.
Well, I had enough in there, Patton. The sun's out.
Means a bit of solar.
Sorry, my mind's elsewhere thinking about computers.
I know, and I can't believe you're videoing this.
Well, I'd have to get up to turn it off. Doesn't mean I'm going to use it.